Now, after being on semen retention, celibacy, brahmachari for some time, I got the comment section open if you want to leave your 2 cents. Because I know I probably could cash out. And if I can't, I'm going to just throw it in the wish you well. And wish you well. But yeah, man. Hey, shout out to the guys and the goddesses, the gladiators and the gladiatress that's out there saving their money, time, and energy. What it do? What it do? What it do? Y'all know what the vibe is, man. It's a V to the B to the Y to the Z. And don't forget my ho. Yeah, man, it's Vibo. I'm chopping it up, shooting the breeze with the guys out there, the goddesses, the gladiators. You know what I'm saying? Whether you on celibacy, brahmachari, or if you on semen retention, this is for you. After a month, man, after a year, 90 days, a week, you know, I can't say a week. No, that's cutting it too short. Maybe after 90 days, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, 5 years. How has your emotional standpoint changed? Has it become better? Have you become bitter? Because on this practice, we have a whole lot of testosterone, which means we walk around with the emotion of anger and rage, and we can engage in that emotion more and more if you haven't locked in with being stoic. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, I ain't gonna say that I was an emotional person, but it was once upon in my life where I would I would move and judge everything from my emotions, right? And being on semen retention, you know what I'm saying? It gave me that masculine stability to utilize my emotions in a righteous way. Because back in my days, man, a lot of people got over on me, took advantage of me, misused me, abused me, confused me, because I let my emotions stay in the driver's seat. But now I let my logic lead my life where no emotions go. You know what I'm saying? And being on SR, I don't know. It's a difference for everybody. Everybody journey different. Everybody intensity different. You know what I'm saying? What you tune in might not be my radio station, but the radio is semen retention. You know what I'm saying? And tuning in. Oh yeah, by the way, I got that oatmeal. But you know what I'm saying? Locking in with myself. I remember I was in jail, and one of the old heads, I knew he had high levels of esoteric knowledge, and he was in my spectrum, my realm, because he was the only one that could talk to me like this, and I never heard nobody talk to me like this. And he dropped some game on me. And he was letting me know that my left brain and my right brain, your left hemisphere and your right hemisphere become one. The father brain and the mother brain becomes one when you are on semen retention, celibacy, brahmachari, right? You don't have just one brain. If you want to look at it like this, you don't have just one side of your one brain. You got multiple aspects, right? But you got the warrior mind state and you have the mother mind state. Every human has it. It's just that certain humans have build their grooves up in certain aspects. But being on semen retention, brahmachari, celibacy, you get to this point in your life that the left brain and the right brain becomes one. It becomes one hemisphere, right? And I can explain that to you in so many different ways if you want to take it to anime. Goku. When Goku learned how to do Ultra Instincts, you understand what I'm saying? Let me explain to you what it means, how it feels, and what it is when the left brain and the right brain becomes one, and you're using the synchronicity of the father brain and the mother brain, right? The perfect homeostasis, the perfect level of synchronicity, right? Because you have mastered your feminine energy and your masculine energy. You have mastered and you put in the correct file cabinets and categories your emotional energy and your logic energy. You understand what I'm saying? You know how to grade and value and weigh every specific situation with the correct calibration. You understand what I'm saying? But being on this journey, you got to go through these different calculations to get your hertz right, to get your frequencies right. You understand what I'm saying? And once my left brain and my right brain became one, because I went to jail, right? The reason why I got in jail because I got emotional. Not like I was crying, or I was acting like a PI, like a, you know what I'm saying? But the reason why, I got emotional because the police officer, I was sleeping on the beach and he woke me up out of my sleep, which anybody should be able to sleep on the beach. But since it was me, you know what I'm saying? Woke me up out of my sleep. I worked 2 days. I had worked doubles those 2 days and I was tired, bro. And I was off like, I didn't probably smoke about seven grams of some fire. And I was on some other stuff too. And I just woke up. I was so emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because one, I don't want you waking up why is you waking me up out my sleep? Everybody know the rule. Don't wake me up out my sleep. When he sleep, please leave him sleep. When he quiet, please leave him alone. If you don't know that lesson, you need to meet my granny. That's all she said when I was asleep. In my sleep, that's all I heard. Oh, please leave that child sleep. Oh my God, once you get him started, Lord. I got up. The police woke me up. You heard me? Yeah, I got a little emotional because I'm like, bro, why you waking me up out my sleep type shit? You feel me? I got emotional. You know what I'm saying? So that set the standard. Then when I got in jail, matter of fact, when I got in the car, my brain already didn't switch. Like the system to switch as soon as I got in the back seat of the car. But then once I got in jail, it was a lot of situations where dudes was trying to bait me, you know what I'm saying, trying to use my emotions to get me to get out of pocket. And I was just sitting back and I was like, don't act on it, bro. Just sit back and read between the lines. And when it's time for you to strike, you're going to know before you need to know because it's like that, right? So the whole time I'm in jail, not getting emotional, I could see they using their greatest psychological warriors to come and attack me psychologically, emotionally, right? And I wasn't getting emotional, you know what I'm saying? I don't care, you mug me, you stab me, but it's a certain amount of things I ain't gonna let you do. You feel me? And you don't even get to cross those boundaries because I'm not gonna let you. It's as far as I want to play it out. You feel me? And this old head just watching me how I handle these situations and stuff like that. I'm in jail. I ain't talk to nobody. Ain't trying to. And I don't talk to people when I go to jail. If I ain't go to jail if I don't know you and I went to jail, I'm not gonna probably talk to you when I'm in jail and I get out. Unless you some reasonable, cool cat and I can really feel your energy, dog. Cause you know what? Everybody in jail ain't guilty and everybody in jail ain't innocent. You feel me? So boom. The old head sitting down, he was like, yeah, bro. Oh, I used to be with Wu-Tang, Whoop-de-Whoop. I taught this brother that. I taught that brother that. I used to be with Old Dirty Bastard. He dropping buku game on me. And the way he breaking it down, he giving it to me, I know he was the one that was behind closed doors. Because there's always us, the ones that don't want to be on the stage. But sometimes the ones that's behind closed doors got to come on the stage because the one we put on the stage don't know how to act behind closed doors. So, you know what I'm saying? So the old head, I'm chopping it up. I know he got some game, some ism. You know, you can't Google Maps this, you can't YouTube, you can't Barnes and Noble this. You feel me? And he was like, yeah, bro, I've been sitting back watching how you've been handling your situations in here with the whoop. And you know that your left brain and your right brain has became one with the whoop. And I was asking him to explain himself and whoop the whoop. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, it takes a real man to be able to control his emotions and not get emotional and let his emotions have him crash out. And then it take an even greater man because man is, I ain't gonna say all men. No, men are. because there's boys in men bodies, but all men are wired logically. And sometimes your logic could take you to places you don't need to be because you didn't fill out with your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like everything deserves balance. That's why the heart goes on side, the feather on the scale. You know what I mean? So, I became less emotional, bro. I control my emotions. And that's what will help you when you are on SR, semen retention, brahmacharya, because honestly, it's not like you easy, but you become easily acceptable to the things that's going on and taking place around you, which means you are more sensitive than the average person. And with that sensitivity, you must also tune up and tune in your emotional standpoint and your emotional standpoint and your logical standpoint, right? You got to tune those both up and tune them in together. And that's what allows the left brain and the right brain to become one, and you in a natural homeostasis because both hemispheres has finally synchronized within each other. You understand what I'm saying? There's some of us that been on semen retention that's still emotional, that's still over logical. You understand what I'm saying? You got to find that perfect balance. And when the left brain and the right brain becomes one, you learn how to utilize and access and unlock flow state at ease. It's like taking the pill limitless, or it's like you took the drugs that Lucy did when she was on Lucy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens when the left brain and the right brain becomes one. You understand what I'm saying? You start to make less emotional decisions. Oh, how I feel right now. Oh, I had a bad day. Oh, this is going to make me feel good. But it ain't going to make your pockets logically look righteous. You understand what I'm saying? That's when you nip that to the bud like, put it up. You know what I'm saying? It was some days I got up. I didn't feel like doing the 15-minute challenge. But I looked at my YouTube log last night and I was like, yeah, you did a 15-minute challenge yesterday. It ain't our rush day today and the body ain't saying it need it, so you better get it in. And that's when that's some of the things that semen retention do. Yeah, it is mind over matter. And sometimes you need that push, you need that fuel. You understand what I'm saying? And I always had it in me to be balanced with my emotions and my logic. But sometimes when you get bombarded from different flurries, you know what I'm saying, of trauma and drama and different flurries in every angle and direction, sometimes, it make you a little tired, you know what I'm saying? But being on SR, it adjusts, it changes the calibrations and it calibrates your mind to be adjusted to receive and to make your choices, chances, and changes off of the long-term situations and the long-term consequences and rewards instead of the easy come, easy go. Y'all see me? Because making short-term decisions really mean you in the emotional standpoint. And when you making decisions for your longevity, self-preservation, save it down the line, something for later, for a rainy day, that's being logical. You understand what I'm saying? But like I was saying, there was some days I did not want to get up and go and put in that workout. But you know what? My left brain and my right brain tapped in like, yeah, you don't feel like it. But guess what? If you don't get up because you know what you need to do, then you're going to feel worse. You're going to feel bad because your gain's gone. Your gain's missing. And then another thing, logically, you're going to feel your gain's missing. Emotionally, through your feelings. And then logically, you're going to be having this conversation like, oh, I shouldn't have did that. Like you touched yourself. Like you just busted. Oh, I shouldn't have did that. It ain't no going back. You can't rewrite history. So logically, I know that I can't rewrite history. I can't get up and post a workout on October 5th that I didn't do from October 4th. I know I'm lying to myself. Y'all might not know I'm lying to y'all, but I know I'm lying to myself and I know I'm lying to y'all, and I refuse to lie to myself and lie to y'all. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna do me no justice. But you know what I'm saying? When you can control that, you know what I'm saying? You become one of the greatest versions of yourself. You understand what I'm saying? You become more and more master of self, because there's a lot of people that want to control other people logically and emotionally, but they can't control themselves emotionally or logically. And anybody that has true control, they don't want to control anyone else. You understand what I'm saying? Your intelligence increase. And it's the difference from a person that's angry with no intelligence, and it's dangerous when a person has intelligence and they're angry. It's a difference when a person is angry with no intelligence, and it's a difference when a person is angry with intelligence and they get pushed to the motherfucking edge, right? And one thing about that is on SR, or celibacy brahmachari, you become you learn how to utilize your anger through an intellectual standpoint and not an emotional standpoint. You understand what I'm saying? And even if you do have to utilize emotional energy, it will be balanced and equalized through the logic. You understand what I'm saying? You know, you don't get paid till next Friday, but you want to go do this, you want to go do that. You feel bad, you know what I'm saying? You hungry this, hungry that. Nope, stick it out. You ain't gonna die. You know how many variables the bodies can go beyond. You can fast, you be all right. You miss a meal, you be okay. You might miss a couple calories, you might drop a couple gains, but you all right. You know what I'm saying? I let my logic lead my life with no emotion go. Life is filled with ups and downs like a roller coaster. Been going coast to coast just to bring my soul close. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. When that left brain and that right brain become one, bro, you know it. Like for real, the left brain and the right brain, when it become one, it's like hitting the blunt. You know, sometimes you hit the blunt and you be like, damn, I was overreacting. Damn, I ain't had to do all that. Damn, when you hit the blunt, right? When your left brain and your right brain become in the hemisphere and it's synchronized, it's just the same thing like you hitting the blunt. Oh no, I'm gonna be emotional. You know what I'm saying? With the whoop? No, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, like for me, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm not scared to share my weaknesses or my strengths, because at the end of the day, all you could do is become better from it or become bitter. I'm gonna teach you 144, but not 145, right? Especially if you ain't pay for that one. But yeah, man. Like back in the day, you heard me. People used to really play on me. You heard me through my emotions and shit. And the emotion that used to play on me the most was always trying to get me mad, bro. Always. Like I lost a couple jobs for that. Behind that. Not like I got fired or I was a person in the wrong, but because I didn't have the emotional intelligence and I didn't have the balance between that and my logic, it cost me. Like I was working at Hawaii, right? And I knew they wanted to fire me, but I didn't want to get fired. And I didn't get another job in due time, and I didn't want to be broke neither in Hawaii. The fuck? So they sent this girl, you know what I'm saying? Well, they already was doing little tedious things to mess with me. Like they had this one Micronesian, he just kept on bumping in me on purpose, and they had buku space in there. So I already told him like, hey, bro, I don't know if you don't speak English. I don't know if you special or something, but I'm gonna let you know this gonna be your last time you bumping into me and you not saying nothing. Cause everybody else know how to say excuse me, but you got a problem, and we ain't about to do that in here. So I told him. As soon as I told him, it was like I was talking to everybody, you know. As soon as I told him, this girl came around the corner, was like, they got enough room for us in here. And I just told that dude that about 15 seconds ago. Didn't even tell her that. But they was all in on it, right? Because they was all playing on my emotions, right? And I was telling myself, like, bro, don't get emotional. Don't get mad. They know what they doing, bro. You know? But then they had this girl. She tried to say something was wrong and make up some excuse, and that ain't do good enough. And then she tried to bump into me or something, and she said something slick under her breath. And I told her, I was like, hey, bitch, don't play with me, play with your womp, you know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't have said that. And then they was like, yeah, bro, we can't have you on the job. You talking to people like that with the woo. But I'm like, did they tell you what they was telling me, what they was doing me? But y'all know what's up, because y'all just trying to get me fired, right? And that's how I lost my job, dog. Because I was like, man, don't tell her nothing, bro. Don't say nothing. You know what they doing to you, bro. Make that check as fat as you can, because you know you about to get up out of here anyway. Like every day they was trying buku things to just get me fired, right? And I was getting emotional with it. But logically, I wasn't balancing it out because I was telling myself like, hey, bro, they trying to get you fired, bro. They trying to have you broke so you can't leave the island. And they don't want you to leave the island, yet alone alive. So, you know what I'm saying? That cost me, bro. And yes, I was on SR back then. And you know what I'm saying? And I left that job and it was like everybody was just, I had walked off the job and I walked around the corner. It was the Truman Show going crazy. Everybody was just beating on their chest like, you know what I'm saying? Like King Kong going crazy. And it was like, yeah, why you ain't explode, go crazy? You did cut the burner on, but you ain't burned the pot though. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, I'm not about to. First of all, it's a female. 2, I know what she doing. And then 3, you don't have what's on top of my skin. You can't get up under it. But they kept on fucking with me all day. To a certain degree, yeah, that was a lesson about controlling my emotions. And at the same time, that was a lesson about, hey, taking your emotions away from places where they not valued. But, you know, people going to try you, bro, because they don't want anything more powerful than them that's outside of them to be around them. I don't know, people that's weak, I sense it, I feel it from a psychological standpoint, but I would never be able to understand it, and I don't want to. But people that's weak and things that's small, they just fear things that's bigger than them, honestly. Like one day, I think I was by this cat, and it was scared of me because it saw my size and stuff. And I was like, I don't want to be around you, but I want to be around an animal, but one that's not scared of me and showing me this much respect, not out of respect, but out of fear. So I had left the cat and I saw this horse, and this horse was talking to me and showing me respect and stuff. And I was like, I wanted to talk to the cat, but I'm gonna talk to you because you're not scared of me, and I'm not scared of you because I know you could hit me with one of them the backhanders, knock a knee in. You heard me? So I was like, yeah, I could feel that you're feeling more comfortable and smooth with me. You feel me? Compared to somebody that's feeling inferior to me, and I'm not even expressing superior energy. I'm not expressing that. You feel me? But yeah, man, you hear me? They got me about the job. I got emotional. I'm walking around the corner. I see random people just beating on their chest. You know how the Truman Show get if you really locked in like that. And I was like, nah, I ain't explode like y'all wanted me to. But I did get a little mad and shit because I be getting tired of people trying to play with me. And I come in there respectful, and I treat people with respect, and I even carry the energy of respect. But you know, anybody that has sense will give you the respect. But you got to remind yourself, there's 99% of people in the world that don't have sense. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to see you cash out. So they want to see you crash out. But we can't be out of pocket like loose change. You know what I'm saying? Never give $100 to a penny. And that's what I did. And I gave her 50 cents. She didn't even give her a quarter. And I should have just ignored her because I knew what they were trying to do. But, you know, so much picking and messing with somebody, what you expect? You understand what I'm saying? But when you on SR, semen retention, brahmachari, you got that emotional control, bro. I be having dudes out here in the streets calling me scary, making the chicken noise, all of that, because they finally see somebody that's worthy of it. But they're not worthy of it. You know what I'm saying? Look at my situation right now. I'm living on my backpack. I'm on the streets. Bro, you think I want to fight you right now, bro? I'm trying to fight poverty, nigga. I need all my swings and haymakers for that. You hear me? I'm trying to swing that hammer back and hit that, make sure that motherfucker go off the scale. Ding it off the park. Ding it in the river. You feel me? I'm trying to ding that motherfucker off the scale. You know what I'm saying? And break the hammer top off too when I slam down with that motherfucker. I ain't saying I'm scared to fight you, G. We could get it in. But at the end of the day, is it really worth it? And you learn to pick your battles on semen retention. Yeah, bro, a lot of dudes gonna try you. But at the end of the day, bro, we don't even have any personal situations going on. So why are you trying to get personal with me? You know what? You have something personal going on with you, but it's not between the both of us. So I can't give you what you lacking. Even if you beat my ass or I beat your ass, you still not gonna get what you like, and you're just gonna get a temporary high, temporary boost of confidence, and it's gonna go back down. And if I beat your ass, it's gonna be 10,000. You're gonna have negative aura points playing with me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, hey, bro. Like I said, a lot of dudes gonna try you. They gonna try you, bro. Because now they see a worthy adversary, somebody working out, somebody disciplined. You know what I'm saying? You locked in with your body, and they don't have that discipline. They don't have that motivation. They don't have that drive. They don't have that regime inside them. They don't have that genetic bone structure, that genetic bone within them. But they surely do have a wishbone. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to PBS kids. They do got a white dog, but this dog here black, all black, with red eyes and bloody teeth. So you don't want him to, you feel me? And on SR, bro, I learned, like, bro, you can't get emotional, bro. It's gonna be emotional people that try to get you emotional. What you, bro, I don't mind fighting you, bro. I don't mind getting it in with you, but what is we fighting for, bro? You broke on the streets. You out here on the streets like me. But the difference between me and you is you broken. You see, I'm fixed and I'm fixing myself. And if it ain't broke, and if you ain't break it, don't fix it. You feel me? And I can't fix you because you emotional. Because people outside you ain't willing to put in the work. You understand what I'm saying? To fulfill the grooves that are assigned in their destiny. You know what? So they destined to be in your way. To think that they your final destination. No. You know, so being on SR, celibacy, brahmacharya, man, you let me know how you have developed emotionally. But I became very stoic, you know. It be situations like I say, bro. Dudes be in my face, making a little chicken noise and stuff like that. Like the other day, I'm at the park, and dude asked me twice. He was like, "What's up, bro?" And I gave him a head nod, like, "Bro, I already know what type of time you on. I'm gonna just give you a head nod, bro. That's all you could get." And then he was like, "What's up, bro? How you doing? How you feeling?" And I just gave him a head nod, like, "Bro, what you want, bro? I don't want to talk to you, bro." Then he gonna get mad. Now he putting the energy in the atmosphere like he won't get in them hands. He won't scuff, you heard me? He won't get in that scuffle. He get mad. I'm like, bro, you mad because I don't want to talk to you? Boy, you worse than a female. Boy, you got emotions like a female. You's a drag queen with muscles, boy. Boy, you dressing wrong out here. And I'm like, bro, I mean, we could get it in. I ain't scared. I ain't like Pac said, but I ain't no killer, but don't push me. You know what I'm saying? Don't try me like no pussy. You feel me? And I'm like, you know what? I'm not emotional, bro, because I don't have a point to prove. I'm not in my ego. And one of my greatest quotes, if you ain't invest, you can't withdraw. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't help me chew this down, you can't digest this. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't invest, you can't digest. Straight up. And I'm like, bro, you ain't invest the proper emotions, bro, so you can't pull it about me. You know what I'm saying? And you just go places and people that can't match your energy, beat your energy, and they way under your energy, and they may be at the cash register or something like that. They want to play games with you. They want you to get emotional. They want you to crash out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, bro, it's not worth it. I'm not. Because I'm going to come back to this location and I'm going to see your sour ass face and everybody going to feel that energy when me and you engage and you at the cash register. And they like, damn, why he just came here treat you like that? Because you know how this person is. But birds of a feather flock together. So I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I don't even need to know that it ain't going to be no changes between the both of you because that's how y'all both is. You just surprise somebody and change your diaper. You know what I'm saying? Took that shit off you. Because you ain't going to put that shit on me. But yeah, bro, your emotional standpoint becomes balanced. And then one way, either through the algorithm, through YouTube, or through yourself, you're just going to learn to be stoic. But I always learned to be stoic throughout my life. I just didn't know to define and to magnify and to know what it was really called. But I always, and some people call it nonchalant to a certain degree, but I learned that, hey, bro, Problems come up all day, every day. And if you let one problem change your whole trajectory, then you're going to be lost forever. Or like they say, if people can control your emotions, if people could get you angry, they could get you mad, they already own you, bro. And back in the day, people used to always get me angry, always get me mad, to the point my uncle told me one day, he sat me down, he was like, say, Too, let me talk to you, Tootie. Let me tell you something. Whether it's a girl or it's your partners or whatever, bro, let's say if it's a girl, if she cheated on you and you mad behind that, and it's months, years, I could see maybe a couple days or a week or so. But if it's months, years and shit like that, and you mad behind somebody, a girl that cheated on you, you gotta realize that she been cheating on the next 9 dudes after you, maybe before you, and making half of them feel like that, while she getting smashed by somebody else that's happily enjoying her guts. So what you gonna do? Sit at home, balled up, messed up, not want to go to work because your girlfriend broke up with you? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, I'm in my head like, damn, I'm hearing this when I'm about 16 years old, bro. And my aunt was like, hey, bro, let's say if it was a dude and y'all don't hang out no more and you see him in the streets hanging with somebody else and they having, you know what I'm saying, they having the world spin around them. You gonna get you mad because you can't hang out with homie no more? A homie don't hang out with you no more? You gotta learn how to live alone, Tootie. Whether it's gonna be forever or just for a little while. Sometimes you gotta learn how to kick it with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And my uncle basically was saying, he was like, wow, that next person that made you mad, they with the next person making that person happy and that person making them happy. And it clicked in my head and I was like, damn, I see the damage that women do to men that don't have control over their emotions, boy. Disasters, traumas, dramas, storms you can't come back from. You hear me? And I'm sitting there, I'm listening to my uncle tell me this shit as I soak it in. And he was like, yeah, Tootie, you just, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to let people be, live and let live, you know what I'm saying? And move on with your life. And I was like, damn, that make perfect sense, bro. While you mad behind the situation, they already moved on. So I already put it in my head that if I move on from any emotional situation and if anybody try to pull my emotional strings, hey, bitch, I'm already leaving the forest. You still looking at the trees. You know what I'm saying? When I come into a place, I feel the energy. I know if they're going to want to tolerate me or celebrate me off of GP. You gonna tolerate me? Okay. I already lock it in my head to not get emotional at all. The cashier gonna make me wait in a line longer than he or she gonna say, oh, I didn't hear you. I'm not gonna get mad. But what I've been doing is, instead of having to repeat myself, I say, hey, I say their name. So I lock it in. I look at their badge on their shirt. I say, oh, Miss Jerry. She like, yes? Give me that purple Dutch smash. And I say it loud so the whole store could hear me. And I know she could feel it with her body shaking. And she over there, oh, I don't really work over here like that. Which one? Put them glasses on and look, bitch. I am not about to look for you. I already had to look enough in your fucking face. The fuck? Play with me. And they be wanting to get you emotional, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I just been changing the way I operate with things and do things, and that just take the emotional stress out of shit. Like I said, if you ain't invest in me emotionally, then you can't deposit anything emotionally. Straight up. And that go for every aspect of my life. Sometimes I may slip, but I check myself because I can't slip. I can't afford to slip, and I won't slip. It can't not in my vocabulary. It can't not in a man vocabulary. So me slipping is not an option. You know what I'm saying? So you have to stay emotionally balanced, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to cause the shark. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have to call God and be like, yeah, guy, I had a blowout. I need you to come and bring me a tire. No, you keep that emotional intelligence. That's your backup batteries for when they try to drain you emotionally or play with you emotionally. So you let me know on SR, man, celibacy, brahmachari, you know, maybe like I say, 90 days, a year, couple years. How have your emotional standpoint changed? Let me know. Because like I said, bro, I always been a logical dude, but I will be honest with you. I make music, right? Matter of fact, I ain't trying to compare or be on no copy paste shit, but I heard the great say it. Besides him, I'm the greatest. But I heard one of the greats say it. And Pac was like, I get emotional. You know what I'm saying? I make music, bro. So I have to be emotional. I have to feel my emotions. You know what I'm saying? I'm an empath. You know what I'm saying? I'm very sensitive. So I feel emotions like a motherfucker. But I had to learn how to observe it, but not absorb it when it comes to your emotions. And being on semen retention, brahmacharya, celibacy, at a certain while, your brain will no longer absorb your emotions unless you really, really want to. But you're going to observe. You're not going to absorb your emotions. You're going to only time is when you press play. Okay, it's like this. It's like being on semen retention. Okay, the options pop up on the screen, or it's like playing one of those RPG games or whatever them games called where they give you options to make every goddamn choice. I used to hate them games and shit. Like, it's too much talking. Fuck, bitch. This is a book. This ain't no action game. This is a book. I'm reading subtitles more than I'm hitting the punch button. You feel me? But you know how they got, like, I remember I played Batman, this one Batman game, and it was like option 0. I mean, it was option X, triangle, square, O. Be passive, be aggressive, lead him on, turn him away. And you get that option when you've been on this practice for so long, because you get to sit back in the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? You get to sit back and watch yourself, watch what you have done. You know what I'm saying? And your higher self speaking to yourself that's right now. And like, hey, remember you did this emotional choice? You made that choice off your emotional standpoint? No, don't do that. Do it logically. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might be hungry as a motherfucker today. You ain't eating. But you got $10 and you need, and the bus costs $5 to get to the spot, to the gig. And then you need $5 to get back from the gig. So let's be smart, right? You hungry, you ain't eat nothing. They say they is gonna buy lunch now. Drink you some water, bro. Because if you spend $2 out of those $10 you have, and now you got $8, let's say you get to the location and something happened. Now they gotta shut the gig down. Now you only got $3 to get on the bus. You better hope the bus driver ain't acting bad. So nobody's saving you, so you can't even move like that. Emotionally, yeah, you want to eat something, but logically, you're going to get paid and you're going to be able to eat after the shift is over with. That's what happens, you know what I'm saying? I used to make emotional choices. I used to be like, nah, I want this Subway sandwich right now. I'm going to get money anyway. Money come and go. I want this Subway sandwich now. But sometimes you got to miss a meal to get a meal. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta miss a meal to stay hungry with that grit. You know what I'm saying? To keep that dog alive. Sometimes you gotta starve that dog, and sometimes you gotta feed that dog. But when it comes to SR or semen retention, brahmacharya, both dogs get fed the equal amount, the equivalent of food. You understand what I'm saying? Compared to when you was given a specific aspect of yourself, more logical power, when it needed more emotional power, or more emotional power when it needed more logical power. And semen retention, brahmacharya, celibacy is going to give you that attribute. It's going to give you that. As long as you can pay attention to your journey and what's going on, then hey, it ain't going to be nuts. But you're going to get them though. Hey, bro, I got some macadamia nuts if you wait right here. But if you run off, I'm not going to be able to give you nothing. So just wait right here, bro. Don't run. Bro, don't run. I'm about to get the nuts right now. Don't run, bro. Don't run. Damn. Where you at, Speedy? Damn. That boy gone, you heard me? That boy took all, boy. You about to get that boy some of them nuts, man. Cause I always be seeing him. I could tell by his tail, his coat. But anyway, you heard me. Yeah, man, you don't want to be putting yourself in hot water, dog. That's how, and having that balance and that equilibrium, bro, from your emotions and your logic is very much needed, dog, because women, they love playing on your emotions, bro. Literally. They love playing on your emotions. And that's not worth it. It'll get you in the flame you can't get out. And the only flame you need to be in is the one that's inside you. You feel me? But yeah, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Have your emotional standpoint become better? Or your emotions overall? You know, things that want me to get emotional, that's not gonna have a positive income or outcome. I'm not gonna get emotional, bro. Because I learned one thing in life that, hey, it's like the OGs used to tell me about females, bro. They like buses. And when one come or one go, about 15 minutes, another one gonna pull up. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, bro. One monkey don't stop my show. And problems and situations gonna constantly come up. So are you gonna get that problem or that emotion a year, a month, a decade, half a century of your life because you was being emotional? Or you gonna heal? You gonna let it go? You gonna move on to the emotion that's gonna keep you afloat, not the one that's gonna drown you. You understand what I'm saying? And like I say, bro, women love playing on your emotions, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you can control your emotions, yet alone you done master your lust, what they gonna do? They don't have no more weapons, bro. They don't have no weapons. All they could do is just sit in the bleachers and laugh and point at you and make funny faces and roll their eyes. They can't do nothing no more. It don't work. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I get up, hey, bitch, this how I tell myself. This is how I talk to myself. If I didn't plan on saving anybody from out of a burning building today, I'm not going to do it by the end of the night. That's not on my agenda. That's not on my platform. Now, if God say, hold up, if God come with the pen and the pencil and scratch some things out and write it on my list to save somebody out of a burning building today, I'm going to do it. But if I ain't wake up with that thought, I ain't gonna do it. And that's the same way I move with situations and problems and stuff like that. If I didn't think about having that problem today, I'm not gonna go to sleep with that problem tonight. But I am gonna be aware that, yes, anything can happen so long as you stick to your principalities and you got your lessons in line, locked in. Then there's a lot of things you don't really have to worry about, like the average man do, dog. You know what I'm saying? Certain men be in jail for half of their life or for the rest of their year. I say for the rest of the year. For the rest of their life, or probably for half of a year. You know what I'm saying? Because they made an emotional situation. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dudes, bro. Back in the day, I remember we used to be in the club. You know what I'm saying? I never was one of those motherfuckers like, you step on my shoes in the club, we gonna fight. But if you step on my shoes in the club, you better acknowledge me or something, bro. You better not just keep on walking past me like shit cool. Now, if it was stupid crowded, I could see that's the difference, bro. But no such thing as sorry, because all I know is don't be sorry, bitch, be careful. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, controlling your emotions is everything, dog, because people could use that against you. You got to think about how many people that lost the greatest things of their lives: success, careers, houses, family members, connections and status and all of that because some woman utilized their emotions against them. You understand what I'm saying? Love bombing and all of that shit. And your emotions is beating you. You know what I'm saying? I've been in relationships where women was love bombing me and beating the sleeves off me with my emotions. And it made me feel so sad, so lost, It was certain women that knew things beyond my imagination. And they knew it too. But they couldn't take too much advantage of me because I can't say too much, but it was one woman, man, she was taking advantage of me emotionally like a motherfucker, bro. Just beating me, depleting me. You know what I'm saying? Having me all over the place. And it was one day I had my dog and me and my dog was talking. And I was like, bro, why when she not here? When she not here, it be good. We be straight. Sometimes we just be wanting her around her company, you know what I'm saying? But when she get here, all hell break loose. The mood not even fire no more. Now we arguing and stuff like that. And my dog just was looking at me, trying to talk to me. He was telling me too, and I was listening to him. And I remember like when I was with this specific woman, you feel me? I remember how I would feel sad, lost, like I was suffering in silence, like I was drowning in an excess amount of oxygen. It just felt like I was drowning, but I wasn't, because I wanted to be happy and do the right thing with her. And I would be having these conversations with my dog and stuff like that. And then I would make my mind up like, yeah, we about to cut her off. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then she'll pull up out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And then she'll try to make things right and just put a Band-Aid and love bomb the sleeves off me. So I wouldn't think about it. And then one day I just sat down and I was like, why am I always feeling like this? You know what? She not the only lady that made me feel like that, but she making me feel it more than I ever felt it from anybody. And I don't like this feeling. It's making me feel sick because I want to be happy and be good with her, but she riding. So I can't be no simp. I ain't gonna be no what's that word? A cuck. I ain't gonna be no cuck. You feel me? So I was like, nah, bro, I gotta let her go. But she would emotionally antagonize me and manipulate me and twist my heartstrings to the point I'd be like, damn, I love this bitch. But the whole time, I ain't gonna say I hated her, but I ain't want nothing to do with her. And my dog kept on saying, like, every time she came around, dog, my dog would just give me that look. Like, you know when your dog give you that look, like he put his head down, like, man, he was mugging her, giving me that look, giving that evil eye. He was like, bro, I don't like her. I don't know you. I don't know you. You think that, right? You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't get it together, bro, till one of my homegirls, you know, me and my homegirl started joking real heavy, and she was putting me on game by a lot of shit. And my homegirl, she was like, hey, baby, you ever heard of semen retention? And I was like, I wanted to fucking blow her brains out in a good way. You feel me? Because I was like, I've been trying to do that. I've been on that. But I've been in a relationship with this crazy ass XES demon. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? And I was telling her, I was like, bro, the box not even good. Because sometimes I got to bust her down about 4-5 times a day to feel fulfilled, to feel like she had substance in the category of being intimate with me. And she had some all right. But you know what? I found out that it really wasn't all right. Because I was doing some experimental shit, right? And I was trying to find out, because nobody told me, no woman told me this, no man told me this, no OG, nobody, bro. I had to learn what Kegels was on my own. And I was like, what is that you be doing to me when it feel like, because one time, dog, my mans came out looking slinky, you feel me? Like, I could tell where she was squeezing my mans at, like, you know what I'm saying, had like a little imprint. And I was like, what the hell is that when you be doing to me? Because I was like, girl, your thing ain't like that. It ain't tight like that all the time, but it started getting tight at a certain degree. And then one day she was like, no, I was doing a workout. And then she was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good for my Kegels or something. She was just so bucked up to say it. And I was like, Kegels, what is that? She was like, Kegels. You don't know what Kegels is? Kegels. And she was like, that's what I be doing to you all the time. And I was like, wow, what? I had to go YouTube and talk to my homegirl and Google what the hell Kegels was. And it's like, yeah, when she tightened her pelvis wall or her private wall around your private part. And I was like, damn. So her shit really ain't that tight. That's why I really don't be feeling good. Like I be having to get 5, 6 out of her. Because it's not that tight. She make it that tight. And I was like, oh my gosh, so she's really that loose. I was like, oh my gosh, I really thought I was doing something the whole time. And it brought me, that's what really sparked me to get my emotional intelligence. When I realized, like, no disrespect, I know anybody watching is gonna be like, damn, Vabo. But if you a man, bro. But one time, you know, some time before the line, man, it just made sense. Like everything just started clicking at one time, right? So after dealing with the woman I just was talking to y'all about, it was some time way before then when I was just reckless as fuck. I stick about, you see what this blue band at on my wrist? Bro, I stuck about this much of my wrist inside of a female. I started churning the butter in that bitch. I started turning my fist all in her, just Hadouken, pow, pow, pow. Started haymaker in her shit, like, bro, she let me stick my fist inside her. So after I found out what Kegels meant, And the girl that I had done that to years ago, God forgive me, she let me do it too. She didn't say, stop it, take it out. She didn't say it. She just was enjoying herself. And I was like, oh my gosh, what good am I? What am I doing to you? If I could stick my fist in you, bitch, my head not even the size of half my fist. What the hell? What the hell? And then I just learned, that just started making everything click in my head. And I was like, oh my gosh. Now, you know what? Not to sound like an incel or sound gay, because I ain't gay, nigga. And I get Gucci, I get Walls. It ain't nothing. But I started to say to myself, like, bro, what good am I to this thing? So this whole time, this thing been playing on my emotions. Because sometimes I would feel certain women make certain noises, whether I was in the mode with them, or maybe it was my homeboy or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or it was one of my female cousins and she getting drilled and shit. I would just hear her and I would feel her make fake noises. And then he would start to go harder. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at the emotional games, bro. Oh my gosh, I don't want to be like that anymore. And I told myself, I was like, bro, I got to get out that loop. I don't know how deep that rabbit hole is, but I'm going to get the fuck out that bitch, because I was like, bro, think about how much people been playing on your emotions, bro, and doing murder, getting over on you, bro. Like the other day, I'm gonna leave it on this note, right? Where was that, man? Oh, I was sitting somewhere, and somebody had asked me, was that my property? And I was like, yeah. Well, I was good. It was like, oh, I was just making sure, bro. You know, I ain't want nobody to take your stuff. You know, I was like, yeah, because it would have been you. And I had went somewhere, but I wasn't too far away from eyesight, but I wasn't up close and personal, right? And then the dude that asked me if that was my property, he was around my stuff like I was supposed to get emotional or get in the energy. Like, I guess he was rage baiting me or whatever, but he wanted me to get in the energy like, no, bro, get the fuck from by my stuff. Get, you know what I'm saying? So he could build a case. And I was like, hey, bro, if you go around my stuff and you take my shit, you don't know, but I know. I used to run track. I used to run cross country. You ain't gonna run from me, bro. I don't care if you saying, bro, you the fastest man in the world, bro. Once I tell myself to do something, I don't think no one can beat me, because I know it. It's only if I let you. I got enough trophies on my motherfucking, I don't even have a case no more. They all around my house. I got trophies up here, trophies up there. I got too many trophies. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever need nobody to give me no goddamn plaque, nigga. The way I be in your mouth, I know I'm plastered all over your teeth. I don't need no plaque. I'm in your mouth. You can keep that YouTube plaque. Keep those awards and those silvers and those gold medals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to Hawaii, went to an open mic. When I got to the open mic, the shorty, she was an LBGTQ, so everybody there was like, oh, the energy feel different. Y'all feel that? What is that? It's me. You feel righteous, and they didn't know how to operate with me. So let me tell you what the LBGTQ girl did, because she was the host, right? I had battled a white boy. I don't care if he was black. I battled that nigga. I smoked his ass, and he know I smoked him. I smoked him so bad, it was like Usain Bolt racing a preschooler. I smoked his ass. He was cool, though. He was nice when he was on open mic and he was freestyling, but when it came to that rap battle, bitch, I smoked his ass. I bammed his ass. I did him like Fred be doing when he take off. Yabba dabba doo. His face was a concrete. All he saw was black feet on his face. You hear me? I smashed that boy. I beat him down. I beat him bad. To the point, everybody, before the open mic was over with, and we had got the announcement for the winner, before any of that happened, everybody was trying to secretly catch me by myself and ask me like, hey, bro, you a battle rapper? How long you been battle rapping? I'm like, bro, I don't even battle rap, bro. I'm just having fun with that dude, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm from a city where, nigga, every day was battle rapping for us, nigga. All we do is rib, so that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Battle rapping ain't shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm completely different, because I'm not about to say 45 out of 50 of my fucking punchlines gonna be about guns and shit. I'm gonna hit you where it hurt. And I don't even have to do no research and do no personal shit. I'm like that. And I ain't trying to be braggadocious. I'm just letting you know I'm from a city where that's all we did is rap battle. But we call it ribbon. You feel me? As a jit. So I smashed his ass. I mean, I did him dirty, bro. I did 0 to 100 on him. You feel me? It was like taking, the way I did him was like taking a mechanic from NASCAR and taking a mechanic from the hood and saying you need a Maserati fixed and done up and running by tomorrow. I'm the mechanic that work at NASCAR, so you let me know who got what done. You feel me? Or who even attempted and started. Bro, I killed him so bad in the battle rap, bro. He know I did it. I killed him so bad that all the rewards and the little trinkets that he won, he wanted to give it to me. But he didn't want to do it because everybody was like, no, we have to make him feel some type of way. We have to make him emotional. Whoop. And that she had called out the winners for the rap battle, even though it was supposed to be an open mic. But she was like, wow, we got him here. We're going to have a rap battle. We're going to make this, you know what? We're going to get a 2-for-1 since he here. Man, I swear to God, dude wanted me to get everything that he won, right? Shorty called the winner out at the end of the open mic that turned to a rap battle, and she was like, whoop-de-whoop, the white boy won. Everybody was looking like, nah, you know, you just acting like that because you in your emotions and you don't like men. But logically, everyone agreed and said, I won before you even could say, put in the votes. Come on now, baby. And they only voted, and even if they did voted him, it was only because of favoritism. It was only to save his emotions and his feelings. He got smoked. He dead already, bro. He's a dead man walking, literally. I done smurdered him. He would never ever forget me. To the point he was asking me about shit. You know what I'm saying? He was letting me know about the next battle and the next open mic spot and shit. Like, I smoked him, bro. I'm not even a rap battle, bro. I'm not even a rap battle, bro. Because being a battle rapper is most likely being a goddamn fucking comedian. I'm not trying to make you laugh. The fuck? That's what battle rapping shit is to me nowadays. They just be laughing and shit, nigga. If me and you gonna battle rap, I'm gonna have the whole scene quiet. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing for a week. They gonna mourn in silence for your ass. You feel me? And Shorty wanted me to get emotional because she was emotional. You a LBGTQ. You don't even like masculine men. I already know what I'm dealing with. And you didn't invest the emotion, so you can't withdraw them. And she wanted me to get mad and get angry and question her and whoop, like, we can't do a part 2 or whoop. No, bitch, I know I won. I didn't even need her to announce the winner. I know I won. The goddamn, after the first 15 seconds of this dude spitting in the battle rap, I already know I won, bro. Matter of fact, I already know I won when I walked in the building. I was like, whatever reward that they got, that people gonna get tonight for open mic or the best open mic, she turned this shit from an open mic to a rap battle place. And I already put it in my head, like, bro, I'm gonna win any reward, anything they got that they gonna give away for the winner. Best open mic. Come to find out, bitch, we battle rapping. We ain't even talking about the best open mic performances. Even though I already was considered that, bro. They couldn't even fuck with me, bro. I was in that bitch like, I shouldn't have came here. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have came here. It was like, you know, it was like you created the university, but you in a goddamn university acting like you a student. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? I smurdered him, bro. And she didn't want to give me the reward. She gave the rewards to him. It was some small shit I wouldn't even care. I didn't even care about. And I was like, it proved my point. You know what? Because I was talking to myself when I left that building. And I was like, it proved my point that people literally try to emotionally fucks with me on purpose. And it is not going to work for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, bro, I got brothers and sisters. Some of my brothers and sisters love me. Some of them motherfucking hate me. Some of them want me dead. And I'm like, hey, I got brothers and sisters that feel, that had this feeling way before you. Get in line, hater. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, semen retention, celibacy, brahmacharya, bro, it brought it out of me, dog. And I'm going to be real, bro, because if I would have never stepped on this practice, I'd probably still be leading my life with my emotions. It probably would have took me longer to figure this out, bro. But being in solitude, being by myself, and not giving my energy to everybody else so that I could use my energy to explore my inner world was everything. And I found out that I had emotional leakage. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, not like I'm a crybaby or I'm emotional, but the things that people desensitize to and don't even care about, I feel that shit 1,000 folds over, bro. You know what I'm saying? If the baby in the store crying, and the baby in the store crying because the baby got poo on her booty, she hungry, I know that baby crying. But if that baby see something that it knew it had before and it wanted, I know when that baby finessing you too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I learned the best, bro. I learned from the best. I raised my brothers and sisters. I'm the oldest, so I had a lot of emotional training. But it was this point in my life I was giving motherfuckers the benefit of the doubt. But when I stepped on this lifestyle, this practice, it said I doubt that I could ever give them the benefit if I ain't gonna benefit too. You know what I'm saying? Our jokes. It was good chopping it up with y'all. So we about to get back on the Wi-Fi and upload this daddy. Didn't want to be too much of a chatty patty, but I had a question and I am looking for y'all answers in the comment section. Your voice will be respected and heard here. Might be highlighted. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know, man. Have this lifestyle, this practice. Change your emotional standpoint, better your emotional standpoint, or have it made it worse? Because there was certain points. Now I said we were gonna be done at an hour, right? But I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more. It was at a point in my life, you know, I had to go through the phases. Sometimes I did get cocky. Sometimes I was arrogant. Sometimes I was in a invalid emotion that didn't have the valid response. You understand what I'm saying? And being on certain clutches and trials and tribulations, I learned that, hey, bro, yeah, sometimes you could be walking around with a chip on your shoulder for no reason. Because you got the bag of chips now. You got so many chips, you got a chip on your shoulder now. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn, like, hey, bro, sometimes I was real angry for nothing, for no reason in the world. On SR, I was angry for nothing. I had to learn, like, hey, you got to calm that down, bro. You got all this fire feeding that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was one dude called my hands out and shit. I'm like, bro, we could get it in. I ain't no hoe. I ain't scary. But it's like, hey, bro, you could go home in one piece. I could go home in one piece. Is you about to get some money from this, bro? All you gonna do is get an ego boost. And I don't want you in the opposite, because I know it's gonna be opposite because you think you're my opposition. I don't want to hurt your ego, bro. Because in 2025, a lot of motherfuckers do not have no emotional stability, control, or they don't have no emotional tolerance. And that's why you could get into it with somebody, they want to go back and grab their gun and try to shoot you. They don't want to fight. Too emotional, bro. They can't deal with that. And I had to learn that too. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, bro, throughout my life, all this shit been mashed into me, dog. And I can't do nothing but share it with those who gonna resonate with. And one day when I was young, I'm not saying I'm Mike Tyson or Mayweather, but once you do me wrong, bro, and I ain't do you wrong, I don't even black out, bitch. Whatever is beyond blacking out, that's what I do. You feel me? And my uncle know I'm known for that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? My uncle know I'm known for beating niggas up and fighting niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? And putting niggas and motherfuckers in their place, period. I realized I was just spreading myself thin and wasting my time certain degrees. You know, don't give $100 to a penny. I don't cast your pearls among swine. You know what I'm saying? But as I was saying, as my late uncle, you know what I'm saying, as he was passing his spiritual power and prowess to me, he was letting me know, like, hey, bro, you can't beat up everybody, bro. You can't fight everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're going to always be somebody bigger than you and badder than you, faster than you. And then he looked at me like it wasn't registering. So then he was like, hey, bro, they're going to always be a dude that look better than you, that could move and have the woman feeling better than you. And he was like, I gotta talk to you like that, huh? That'll get you attention, huh? Yeah. I gotta talk to you like that, huh? Yeah. And I was like, I get what you're saying. No, he was like, yeah, bro. So don't always think you big and bad. Basically, he was like, be humble, but not too humble. Be patient, but not too patient. And my uncle know, like, if you wrong me, bro, I don't even want to talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you wrong me, especially if you think I don't know, yeah, we probably gonna go to the mall and we gonna eat. And then before you go your way, you probably gonna dab me off, and I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna look you in your face, and then I'm probably gonna dive in your face because you played on me and you thought I wasn't gonna know that. You feel me? But if I could walk away from it and I could block your number, that's what I do now. You know what I'm saying? My uncle know, like, a motherfucker used to, like, I used to have partners and shit used to steal clothes out my house. Okay, I found out you stole my clothes. Somebody said and showed me the picture of you in the outfit of my shirt. Not everybody want to know why me and you got into it and I beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause first of all, you came over to my house, acting like you wanted to play the P4 with me. And then I go to the bathroom, I go get some food, I go cook us some food. You in there stealing my clothes, bro. So it's either I gotta cut your ass off, or I have to dig in your shit. I used to dig in motherfucking shit, getting emotional. Didn't know back then to walk away from shit. And my uncle had to pull me to the side like, hey, bro, you know what they did your cousin? They shot that nigga up 8 times in his back, bro. Because he was around here beating everybody up and doing what the fuck you doing, bro. I'm not trying to see no part 2 of that, dog. That was my son. You understand what I'm saying? You my nephew. I don't want that from you. I'm sitting there soaking that shit up because that was my cousin. And he was like that, you heard me? Like, he was Soldier Slim, but he wasn't known as Soldier Slim. You know what I'm saying? But he was another Soldier Slim, like, punishing shit, running shit, bruising shit, and he had the baddest of the biddies, you hear me? Like, he the one that showed me my first corn video, and I didn't even want to watch it, but he was like, hey, bro, I can't show you what to do, but I'm trying to show you what to do. I'm not about to hold your man. No other man should hold your mans. That man belongs to you. And I'm trying to show you how to use your man so you don't be out here and they don't consider you as a man. My cousin telling me this shit, bro. I'm probably about 7-6 years old, bro, in the front room. My uncles and them gone and shit. I'm watching him bruise his old lady, and I'm like, come on, man. That was my dog. That was my cousin. They shot him 8 times in the back. He used to beat shit down. I'm telling you, for real, bro. Ruthless, you hear me? And dog, you had a fire-ass cutlass. You had a fire-ass cutty. Bro, whatever little bucket he had, he gonna park that bitch and leave it right there. Got partners all through the east, all uptown. You hear me? Boom. He's in your cutty. You in McDonald's in the drive-thru line? Not no more. You either go in McDonald's or you stay out. You don't even want to go to the drive-thru no more. Taking your car while you in the drive-thru at McDonald's. He was like that, dog. Just ruthless, you hear me? So, but I ain't stepped to that stage. I wasn't ruthless. It's just like, hey, don't play with me type shit. You feel me? And my uncle was like, you remember what happened to him, huh? Yeah, I don't want to see that happen to you, bro. So remember, you can't always beat everybody up because everybody can't accept an ass whooping. You understand what I'm saying? Why you think most dudes be out here getting killed? They not trying to play with you. You know what I'm saying? You played on them when they were trying to play on you. But they pride can't take that. Their emotions can't deal with that. So you got to watch out and not be out here moving like that all the time. Tootie, you got to learn when to pick your battles. You got to learn when to fight your battles. You got to learn when to walk away from shit. That's what my uncle taught me. Bro, I'm under 10 years old. This man teaching me this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Emotions, bro. Like, I'm gonna leave it on this too, dog. Another thing that my uncle said was to never tell a woman that you love them. Nowadays, I don't care. I'm gonna tell you if I love you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But one thing he told me, or it's certain women, like, it's certain women I would tell I love you. Like, if you my homegirl or some shit, or you in my corner or some shit, and I love your ass, yeah, I'm gonna motherfucking tell you. You feel me? Now, if you, like, you know what I'm saying, we on a whole nother type of time, I ain't I'm gonna tell you none of that, you feel me? I'd rather express it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather say it to those who I can't express it to. You feel me? Like I got a few females that's on the page, that's on YouTube, that come through and drop some hot ass shit and keep me locked in. You know what I'm saying? I might not be getting that feminine love in the flesh in person, but the little comments that I get in the comment section is more than enough. I'm a motherfucking sapiosexual. You know what I'm saying? And you definitely got to be a master of your emotions if you're going to be a sapiosexual. You know what I'm saying? Because the physical features don't turn you on. It's about the characteristic traits and the personality. You feel me? So yeah, man. Controlling your emotions is everything, dog, because a motherfucker try to flip the switch on you or get you to flip the switch on yourself. Playing with your emotions, bro. I don't play that shit. And I think I played on so much with my emotions, bro, that they forced me. They forced me to be in this position. They didn't play on my emotions so much. How much beating you think somebody gonna take, bro? You know, physical fights and punches don't hurt, but emotional punches and stuff like that, they used to hurt a lot. And now they don't even hurt as much. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think my phone trying to say that it don't have enough memory, but it don't got the heart to tell me that, because it know I'm talking some shit. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video, man. SR is probably going to be the only one I drop for this rotation. It is Self-Care Saturday, so I need to go find a location. So I go borrow me some hot water and soak my feet in, because that's what I'll be doing today for Self-Care Saturday. Hey, shout out to the gladiators, the guys and the goddesses, everybody that made it this far in the video, that's tapped in with me. You know what I'm saying? They've been leaving the likes in the comments and splashing on the donations, bro. I fucks with y'all. I love you. Mahalo, Oasis, and take care. And definitely let me know if semen retention celibacy have equalized your emotions better than them or made them worse. Because, you know, like I said, bro, throughout the different stages of being on this lifestyle, the different clutches, the different streaks I had, some streaks I had a peace of mind. Some streaks I was angry. Some streaks, nigga, I thought I was the greatest man to ever exist. You know, some streaks I had to be humble. Some streaks showed me not to be humble at all. But you know, throughout all those different streaks, I was realizing, without even having to hit the blunt, how emotional I was. You know what I'm saying? And that made me look back and see a lot of things, because a lot of females wanted me to be a specific way, but I was being emotional. And some females were trying to force me and force me to be something that I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Some females wanted me to be hardcore, be a gangster. And then some of them wanted me to be a motherfucking therapist. So I was like, nah, bitch, I need to make sure my emotions navigate me. And I can't let nobody tug me, bitch. I pass out the life vest. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to be a life vest for me. You feel me? Especially not emotionally. Because things happen, bro. You know, especially being like this in America, bro. You can't be emotional, bro. These police, they don't have no real crime out here. So their main crime is to harass us and fuck with us. And when you deal with the police, you can't get emotional, bro. When you're trying to fix your situation and better your life, you can't get emotional, bro. When you look at a motherfucker that's hating on you, whether he got more cars or whatever, there's something inside of him where he emotional, and you can't be like him and get emotional. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna be one bitch in the situation. It ain't gonna be me, and I ain't gonna be doing the bitching either, and I ain't gonna be dealing with that bitch ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And jealousy, that's a female trait. So control your emotions. A lot of men out here jealous of the next man, got more than the next man. They are not controlling their emotions. I done seen motherfuckers turn their back on me because a female put that thing on them and their emotions change, boy. You know what I'm saying? Their emotions change. So, hey, bro, y'all take it from there. I'm really going to end it on this note, hopefully, because I love talking to my people. I love joking y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of one of the most powerful situations I had to pick in my life so that, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't drown. Oh, yeah, I was in a life and death situation. If I would have continued to tell myself I love this bitch, I would have been dead. But I told myself I love myself even more. Got up out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It's like It's like off of that movie. And he was like, you feel the heat? If you feel the heat, you ought to be able to leave any situation within 30 seconds. If you can't leave it, that means you emotionally attached. You understand me? So on that note, man, I'm gonna fuck with y'all. Let me go ahead and get to work, get back on this Wi-Fi. And yeah, man, we about to make some shit shake. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get back to working on my projects. The sun is dropping. So, you know what I'm saying? But you always gotta take that into consideration, bro. Look at the person or the motherfucker that's hating on you. Could they even if y'all traded shoes, bro, could they afford your life? Could they keep everything maintenance and running? Fuck no. So why you gonna get them any emotional attention? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers looking for reactions. Motherfuckers gonna rage bait you, taunt you all day because their life is trash already. They want you to be balling in the trash can with them. And we on the interstate of abundance. You know what I'm saying? But show you right. You know, I learned that one of the most greatest lessons I learned emotionally is not to get emotionally. Use those emotions in a righteous fire. You know, somebody try to make you angry. Utilize that anger in a logical or intellectual way instead of emotional way. Because every time you use anger in an emotional way, you will always crash out, always burn out, or it'll always be fingers pointed at you. You feel me? And you could be in the right, but that's when the logic kicks in. You know what I'm saying? Because people love trying to play on your emotions, especially in a world where everything becoming desensitized and hypersexualized and hyper satanic. You know what I'm saying? You really can't afford to be getting emotional behind anything. But like I always say, bro, look at it's like, for example, would you take advice from this person? Then why would you take any emotional baggage that they're trying to put on you from this person? You know, you got to realize, like I always say, hey, bro, opportunities and problems pop up all the time. So are you going to hold on to this problem? This problem probably was worth 15 seconds of your life, and most people spend 15 years. Or forever they just become slowly corroded off of bitterness because of their emotions. They can't let go of certain emotions. It's not worth it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I have for y'all on this app, man. Y'all let me know about y'all story. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know y'all advances or the things that it changed or the situations that you weaved out of because you finally became logical and you had the emotional intelligence not to get emotional. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna fuck with y'all. It's break time.